Doug here, Doug Mystic Guy on Board Game Geek. Doug Herring on YouTube, also Doug Mystic Guy. Everywhere you go, I guess. Anyway, we're getting ready to play our next third episode of Return of the Heroes. We're doing a couple turns at a time, just trying to squeeze in as much gameplay into one session as possible. I reviewed the last video. I didn't see any particular mistakes that I had to correct, so I may have, but I didn't see any off the top of my head rewatching the video. So we're just going to get right into it, and we are going to get started. Now, currently we have our warrior Aegon Stormblade, who is way over here. He defeated the enemy and found the key to be able to free the prisoner Daphne, who is down here. He is heading down there now to do that. It may take him a little time, but he will get there, and he's going to have a fun time getting there as well. But he also needs to go down to the bottom corner of the map and drop off the white stag, who he is escorting currently for some treasure, some loot. In addition, we have our wizard. She is way over on this side of the board. You can barely make her out. She's right there. She fought a harpy and lost. She's got 1 health. I'm a little worried about her. And she's not anywhere near completing her mission, though she has to, because her first part of her mission is to defeat these guys, but she's got several tasks to complete. The first one is the one she was heading to, which is this one here. It says find the crystal. She gets a gold piece for doing that, and then bring it to the elves at a certain space. So she's really close to getting to the crystal. But she probably won't want to go out the way she came, because that harpy that was there was particularly bad to fight. She also has to buy a pair of boots and deliver those to the rangers when the market comes up. And she needs to bring a message to the house in the woods, which is way up in the top at B6. So she's got quite a bit to do. Our dwarf he picked up a bow from the marketplace, but he's only got one other mission other than his main mission, which is this one task. It says be brave and search the village of the lizard people. Well, everybody seems to be heading that way, because the axe of the gnomes is being held by the lizard people, and our elf Eleanor, who is over here at the village right now, needs to do that as well. But our dwarf is heading here to work with the candlestick maker, because when he does that, he gets to take the he has to spend 4 gold pieces, which, oh man, he didn't have. I have to work that out. Okay, I got to get some money for him, so he's got to do some adventuring first. Anyway, let's get started. So that was a kind of an overview recap of what we're doing. Now we're going to head on to Aegon Stormblade's turn. Okay, here's Aegon. He's got some experience going on. He's doing pretty well, and he's going to get to complete his main mission pretty soon. So what we're going to do now, he has a movement of 4, which is great, but he's not going to go very far, because he just needs to go right here. We're going to flip that over and see it as another task. Visit the house of another player. So you can see that, and take one of his experience. Wow. Okay, well, he's going to keep it, might as well. And that will end his movement for this turn. So he picked up another task and ended his movement there. So let's go on to Sybil Spellsinger. And here's Sybil. Now she's got a movement. She's got a movement of 3, and that's all she needs really. Wait, that's a 5. So she goes here. She wants to find her way through the pass. Now, the mage has a special ability that finds red hidden paths on a 7 or less on 2 dice instead of a 5 or less. So let's go to the dice bowl, and we're going to roll to see if she can find the hidden path and get to the crystal. Just here's Sybil's character sheet, and her special ability is right there. So we're going to keep track of those things as we play. It's not very difficult, but there's a lot to keep track of. Normally you're just one player keeping track of this stuff for yourself. But she also has an item that she can use, but she can't use it against that harpy. So we're going to go to the dice bowl, and we're going to roll for her special ability of 7 or less to find that hidden path. Okay, here we go. She rolled a 3, so she easily found it, and she will move to take her second movement to go pick up the crystal. Okay, so she's going to move up to here, where she will collect the crystal. Now that's not going to do anything for her quite yet. That's just going to be an item that she has in her stash there. She has the crystal. Now she needs to bring it to the elves. Now here's the cool thing about these tiles. They're double-sided. She needs to bring this crystal to the elves, and then she will gain a bow, which gives her a +2 on her archery. So that's pretty cool. Plus, for retrieving the crystal itself, she also has a reward of 1 gold piece that I will put on her player mat, and that will end her turn. So, first oops in the session. Oops! When Agen picked up his mission, we were supposed to draw another tile from the bag. So what did we get? Oh my gosh! Boom! Just like that, the Nameless comes out. So here's what happens. Nameless, his guards and servants enter the game. So let's see what happens when we go to his spot on the board. Okay, so the first thing that happens is the Nameless appears. There he is in his tower. Now the evil has awoken and is no longer slumbering. I didn't think this would happen so quickly. The next thing that we have to do is we have to place 4 of his guards out. And these 4 guards go on the spots around his castle there. Oh wait, I'm on the wrong castle. Hold on, let me go back to the proper castle. Wow, so our mage just happened to be present in the location when the Nameless appeared. I was on the wrong castle. There are 2 castles on the board. This is the correct one. So here are his servants. They're bordered by blue. You can see that they can only be killed by archery, and they take 2 hits each. So there's going to be 1 there, 1 there, 1 there, and 1 there. Now, in addition to that, there are also a number of servants that come out, and the servants are equal to the number of tasks that the players currently have on their board. That number is Agen has 2, Sybil has 3, that's 5 already, Grow has 1, and Eleanor has 1. So 7 of these random guys are going to come out. This be them, and they are servants of the Nameless. So this one goes on K3, right in the middle of the board. And now they can be fought. Now you see this one can be fought with combat. So they are going out on their spots, their respective spots. 1 goes on M8. I think I'll just do this off camera and kind of show you what it looks like when I'm complete. Okay, well they're all over the place now. There's 1 here, 1 here. There's 1 down at the far end, 1 down at the bottom there, a couple up on top there. And we will have to contend with them as we move around the board. So that's no fun. Yeah, so the rest of the servants for the Nameless, and there are a bunch, get popped into the bag. So that is what we have to contend with now. So, and also, right after that happened, we just did finish Sybil's turn. So she also, on completing her turn, picked up something off the board, which means we also draw 1 for her. Hopefully it's not one of his servants. And it's not, actually. Okay. It's a joust. It's an event. So let me look up that event. We're going to have that event, I think, immediately. Let me check it out. So this joust heavily favors our warrior. Basically, we're going to make 2 physical combat rolls, two combat rolls, and in each one of those, if we succeed at both of them, we're going to gain the 2 experience that was noted on the tile. Sorry, I dropped the tile. I was trying to show it to you. Anyway, those are the 2 experience right there. So we're going to have a joust, and that's going to happen right now. So let's go first to our guy Agen. Now remember, he's got 7, and he also rolls 3 dice. Okay, so here's Agen's 3 dice right here. He gets to roll a 7, so he rolled a... There, we'll just make it as tough as possible. He rolled a 7 exactly on the second one. Oh wait, yeah, and now the second one is a -1. So that's what the little symbol means on the tile. It says 0 and then -1. So we have to make a second check at -1. I think he'll do it. Yes, he did with a 5, so he made it by 1. So he gains 2 more fighting combat experience. And our warrior, he sure is doing well, because now he has got 4 dice to roll instead of 3. But let's go on to our sorceress, our wizard. She only has a 3 to begin with, and she's going to roll 2 dice. She's not going to do very well, but she's going to give it a shot. Okay, so here's Sybil's first roll. She failed, and then it doesn't matter. Making the second roll won't matter. They don't get wounded or anything. They just don't get the reward. Okay, next up we have Grow. Now, Grow Frosthammer has a 6. So for his first roll, he needs to roll 6. He does with a 4, and for the second roll, he needs to roll a 5. He does not, so he failed as well. Looks like the only one that's going to benefit from this is our warrior. Eleanor only has a 2, so she cannot succeed and fails. Anyway, that ends the joust. So that was pretty good. for one of our guys at least. Now let's get back to our regular turn. Okay, that is what ended our turn for I'm sorry, not Eleanor, for Sybil. Now we got Grow, who is up here at the top of the screen. He could go fight this guy. Requires a strength -1. It's not that bad. You get 2 experience for it. He would need a 5 or less. And I don't think he's quite ready to do that. Plus but he needs money. Dwarf needs money badly. Let's see. That's not going to give money. It's just going to give him experience. What can he do to make some money? Well, first off, he can head into town. There is an encounter there. He's going to go 1, 2, and that's going to end his turn. Movement really hurts him. He needs something faster. Now we're going to go on to Eleanor. Okay, so Eleanor's right here. She was at the market. She's the one that initiated the market phase last turn. She does have her magic staff in hand, so she needs to get over to this lake, I believe, for her task and take a boat, or hand the item off to the person on the boat. So she's going to start doing that. In the meantime, that item does give her a magic boost, giving her a 5. So she's pretty good in a couple of things now. Anyway, she's got a movement of 4, so she was on space 2. She's going to, what's the easiest route for her? Oh, she could also stop by Don Hoboro on the way, who is a trainer. He could instruct her in range combat. Yeah, that might be worth it. And he's right here on 6. So she goes 1, 2, and stops at this guy. And we're going to see if she can train up her archery with Don Hoboro. So, since this isn't a trial or a task to find Don Hoboro, she's just encountering him. She actually has to make a roll, an archery roll, and fail. So right now, remember, her archery is already 7, and she gets 2 dice. So she has to try and roll as high as possible, because failure is, the better you are, the harder it is to train it up. So it does cost 1 of her gold to do this, regardless of whether she succeeds or fails. We're going to roll 2 dice. 6, 4, 5, 6, so that is definitely going to succeed. So she did not train with Don Hoboro. He will stay there and continue to train others that come by. And he will remain on the board. Okay. Actually, he's at F7. I got to go back and correct some movement, but it shouldn't be a big deal. I want to correct this movement because it would make a difference. He's actually at this archery range right here, this little house. She was here, so she's going to go 1, 2, 3. So you see how that's going to affect her trying to get back out of there. Anyway, that is going to end her turn, and that's going to end a full round. So since no tile came off the board with Don Hoboro, we left him there. We're not going to be replacing a tile, but we are going to go back around and start with our second turn, second round this turn session, whatever you want to call it, with Aegon Stormblade. So Aegon is unfortunately going to have to get by this guy. Luckily, it's a strength -1, which is in his favor. He's going to get 2 experience of his choice. That's pretty good. And he's also got tremendous movement. But remember, he's trying to get down to save his lady for his main quest, and he's also got to get to a couple of places. One is down here at this house, or actually, is that the right one? The White Stag in the clearing on P6. So right here, he has to find his way into the clearing on right there in the middle of a tile, which I'll show you in a minute. So let's first do his movement. He is absolutely going to go here and then here, and he's going to try and take on the Servant of the Shadow. Once again, if you look up there, Aegon's rolling 4 dice. He's doing really well. He can only get 1 more die to roll. So let's go to the dice bowl and roll for him. He's probably going to defeat this guy. Okay, so here we go. Here's his dice. Let's see what he gets here. Ooh, that was pretty high, man. And it is is it at a -1 because he might still have failed? It is a -1. So he needs a 6. Look at that. He actually did not succeed. He cannot succeed. He failed and took another wound from the servant. Pow. Well, at least that keeps something else from coming out on the board. So he took that wound and did not succeed at beating the servant of the Dark One, or the Nameless. Well, Sybil wants to get the heck out of there. She's not in a very good place right there. She does have several things she could be doing. And see, one, she's got to buy the boots. She's got to bring the message to the house in the woods on B6, way up on the far top of the map, and also M6, way on the bottom quarter of the map. So she wants to get out of here. So she's going to move here, and we're going to look at this tile. Now, if it's not a combat, oh look, a magic broom. Nice. Here's what she found. The magic broom. It does -2 to her. Oh, wait, what's that? Let me look this up and see what it does. I think we have to encounter this. Let me check it out. So the game comes with this great. Let me back up for a moment. Comes with this great glossary. Describes things like artifacts in general. So there's a section, big old section on artifacts right here, and then it notes several magic artifacts, of which this magic broom is one of them. Though it doesn't really say. It's got some symbols on it, like if die equals 1, you go to K2. Not sure what that means. So, and also it's a -2 to her magic roll. I mean, she's using some of her magic to use this broom. I don't know if she wants this thing, to be honest. But let me see if I can find more information on that. Okay, so the broom's a lot cooler than I thought, actually. So I had to read up on it. The broom's a little wonky, and it's not. They actually did leave it out in the book by accident. So here's what you can do with the broom. You have to pick it up. I need to make a skill check -2. It doesn't convey a -2. Okay. Now when I'm moving, I can choose to go to any beige space, basically any of these beige dots in any adjacent orthogonal square. But I have to roll a die, and if I roll a 1, this thing's going to transport me down to the evil witch's house down here in K2. So we're going to try and pick up the broom. Why the heck not? It's a good item if I can use it, and she needs to move around a lot. So let's go to the dice bowl and see if she can grab this broom. Okay, so she's only has 2 dice, and normally she has a 7. She needs a 5 because of the broom has a -2. If she fails, which she did, she just leaves the broom there. It stays there. It's an item that people can pick up. She can even come back and try and pick it up again if she wants. But that is where it will stay, and that will end her turn. So we're going to put the broom back right here. It's in space 2 right there. And now we're going to move on to Grow Frosthammer's turn. So Grow is within shot of his personal quest, but he doesn't have the money to do it. He needs to spend 4 gold at the candlestick maker. And when he does, he so basically has to get the candlestick from. So basically has to buy the eternal candles from the candlestick maker for 4 gold. There, I clarified that. But he can't do it quite yet. But there is an encounter here, so he's going to go 1, 2, and he's going to pick up this encounter, see if he can get some money. It's a creature. It's a spider, and if he loses, he does take a hit. I'm going to have to look that one up because everybody takes a hit if they lose. But let's see, he's got no modifiers there, so you can use whatever skill, or magic or combat skill, whichever is better. It's going to be his combat skill. And he's going to get, if he succeeds, he's going to get 2 experience points there. So let's go tackle this spider and see what happens. Yeah, so we definitely don't want the dwarf to fail this. What it means is if he loses against the spiders, he becomes poisoned and loses all but 1 of his natural health. And he's got 5. He's fully healthy right now, so we don't want him to lose. He does need to roll a 6 or less between his 2 dice, and he does. He rolls a 5. So he succeeded in defeating the spiders, which means he gets 1 blue and 1 red experience. We'll go to his player board and see what that looks like. Okay, so here are his experience points. He gets 1 here in the blue section and 1 here in the orange section. And that is going to end his turn. Now we're going to have to draw a new tile from the bag and then put the spiders back in. Okay, so here's the bag. What are we going to get? We got, oh, and the market is back on F2. So we're going to put the market on the market space, and you know what? This is I think the dwarf, man, I couldn't have looked out better for Grow. Hey, bro. He can pick up that market next turn and then auction off that stuff and buy nothing himself and make enough money to go back to the candlestick maker. Let's see if that works out for him. Anyway, I've put the spiders back in the bag. Now we have our lovely archer Eleanor. She does not want to spend I don't know, man, getting that bonus from Don Haboro would be great. She doesn't want to go back to the Giants either. Let's see. Where does she need to go? She needs to go to the boat on Space 4. It's quite a ways away. Should start making that trek, I guess, without going through the Giants. Let me see. She could try Don Haboro once again. Going to cost a gold, but man, I don't know. I think we're going to pass on that. We're going to pass. She's going to move on. So, yeah. Let's see. I just realized I wasn't on the thing. Hold on. So I'm talking about her right here with Don Haboro. She's going to continue to move, I think. She's got to get way to the far side of the board. Or what does she need to go for? Oh, the Lizard Village, yeah. So she's going to go 1, 2, 3, and then 4. She's basically circling around down, following our fighter down south. So there she is over there. And that is going to end our next round of actions. You know, I'm going to keep on going. I'm going to do one more. This went fast enough, I think. It might be a little bit of a long video, but that's okay. Let's take our next turn and get back with Aegon Stormblade. Remember that Aegon lost his battle against this servant, and he kind of needs, he doesn't definitely need to go that direction. He's trying to get to the far corner of the board. To be exact, P, which is the very last tile in the bottom corner. And also there he can visit a player's house. Well, it would be the wizard player's house, which isn't going to help much because she's got no experience to take, if I understand that tile correctly. But I think he wants to try and take this guy on again. He should have beat him with 4 dice. Anyway, yeah, he should definitely, he's going to try to take the servant again one more time. So he's not going to move, he's just going to fight the servant. Okay, now keep in mind he does get 4 dice, and he has to roll this was a strength combat test -1, so he needs a 6 or less on 2 of these dice total. There, he did it. 4, 5, 6. He succeeded in, actually, yeah, that's the only way he could have done it. And he almost failed again. Wow, it's pretty close. Okay, so he defeated the servant. Let's show you what happens there. Good thing, too, because his health is getting low. Anyway, he defeated the servant. That's going to give him 2 experience of any color that he chooses. He's really only good at one thing. He's a one-trick pony. So we're going to take out 2 combat experience. And pretty soon that's almost going to max him out. He's going to be 1 away from 5 dice in melee and hand-to-hand combat. So this is going to go to the side. We're going to then end his turn by drawing out a new tile. See what comes out on the board. Okay, boom, a treasure. Oh, it's a beast, this shadow beastie guy that's got no name. He goes on A5, so that's way up in the top part of the board. There is a chest there by a secret path, and he is up there in the top corner. There's quite a bit of stuff up there. We might end up going up there to get a bunch of things. Anyway, that is going to end his turn, and then the servant, unfortunately, I gotta look and see. I think they go back in the bag as well. Okay, let's continue on. Nope, the servants of the Nameless are removed from the game when they are defeated. So I am taking him out of the game. Okay, now let's move on to Sybil and see if she can get off this board over here. So she was literally there when the Nameless appeared and brought his servants to the realm with him. Yeah, she wants that broom really bad, but she's got a lot of things she's got to do. She's got 3 tasks, and she's nowhere near getting to any of them. She already did pick up the crystal on H5, but now she needs to bring it to M6, which is down at the bottom corner of the board. She also needs to buy boots, and when the dwarf comes, she'll probably buy boots if she can. She'll buy the boots during the market phase. And then she needs to bring a message to the wooden house on B, so she's got a lot of traveling she needs to do. That broom sure would come in handy. I think she's going to, man, she's a magic user. She's going to try it again, guys. She's going to try again. She's going to have a 5 or less on 2 dice to see if she can pick up the broom. Okay, here we go. A 3. Oh, okay, she succeeded and picked up the broom. Now that she's got a pretty good item there to use. She can't use it this turn. That's going to end her movement, but she does get to use it next turn. Pretty cool. So Sybil now has 3 of 4 items on the board. Of course, the crystal's not going to stay with her. And when she uses that lightning spell, it will go away. But anyway, we also now have to draw another tile from the bag since we took a tile off the board in taking the broom. Let's see what we get here. Hopefully it's not another servant. Maybe it is. I don't know. It is a servant. Goes on L6. And, ooh, gosh, man, he's a toughie. Look at that. -2, -2, -2 on all the combat types. Okay, we're going to take him and put him on the board. He goes on L6. So basically, he's going right here at the edge of the map in that spot right there. Not too terribly bad because we can leave him there if we want to. Anyway, that's going to end Sybil's turn. Now we're going to move on to Grow, who's going to do a market action. So the market appeared right on top of him. It's right here. And this is the small market again, the one with 3 counters, 3 market tiles. So we're going to draw 3 market tiles. We're going to put them out on the board and see what they are. Let's put them right underneath him. Oh, first thing up are the boots that someone's looking for. Armor, nice. And a horse. Man, he wants that, but he can't afford it. It's 4, and he needs the money. So the first thing he's going to say is the boots are only 1, and Sybil needs those for something, right? Yeah, bring the boots to the ranger's house. So she says, Sybil, I'll sell you the boots. I'm going to sell those first for 1. And she says, okay, I will do that. And she's going to buy that one. Now, remember, the seller at the market gets a commission, so Gru gets the first coin out of that and gets to sell her the boots. So until she delivers those boots, she can use them. Those are going to give her +1 to movement. Now he says, hey, I'm going to sell, nobody else has 4, so he's kind of out of luck there. But he says he can sell the armor, and the only one that can afford it is Eleanor. Eleanor doesn't need armor, but she does need to fight the lizard people. So armor, I mean, she could use it. It's going to give her +2 to her health. So let's do this. She is going to take the armor. Now, in this case, what happens is it costs 2. So one of these goes back to the bank, and the other one goes to Gru. So now Gru has the money he needs to go to the candlestick maker. So Eleanor bought the armor, which gives her +2. I'll show you what that looks like on her board. And the horse, unfortunately, is going to go back to the pile, discards for not being sold yet. Yeah, that's a bummer. Anyway, he'll recycle back eventually, maybe. The horse is a good one. Gives you a bunch of movement. So that's going to end the market segment. We're going to drop the market back in the bag and draw a new tile. Well, we're going to do that in the other order, actually. We're going to draw first, and then we'll put the market back. Okay. What do we get? Ooh, the Fountain of Life. This goes on D5. Let me show you where that is. By the way, what the Fountain of Life does is it puts all your health back up to normal. Okay, here is and so you can actually see it on the map. That's the Fountain of Life right there. It is right there with that on that location. We can visit there, and it's on a hidden path, so you have to actually find your way. Normally you need to roll a 5 or less, but the mage needs only a 7 or less. Okay, to find red secret paths. All right, that's going to end our dwarf's turn. He got the money he needs, so next turn he'll be able to go buy the candlesticks. Okay, next up is Eleanor, our lovely elf. She is going to continue down to complete her mission by getting to the boats. Also, she needs to defeat these guys here. So she goes 1, 2. Remember, she can move 4. She's a big mover and shaker. 3 and 4. She's going to end up in the same space with our other hero, Aegon, as they move along and they get to chat about their adventures. And that will end her turn. Now she's going to go follow basically the same path as Aegon. She's got to get these lizard guys. Oh, this the first part of her epic or legendary task that she has to do. So that would be good. She needs to do that to restore her family name, at least in the first part. But I did also want to show you what her armor does. So here on her board, you can see that she does need to get 1 health back, but the armor grants a bonus of +2. And that's going to help her a lot. That makes her pretty formidable as she goes along. So she's got some additional health from the armor. That is going to end our session today. That is 3 full turns. I think that was enough for now. I want to thank you for watching, and I hope you're enjoying this. I like this game. It's neat. It's not too complicated. There's some wonky little fiddly things, but it's not bad. And it moves a lot faster than some other games of its like. And if I was just playing it through, I'd probably be done already. But filming and cutting and doing all that stuff does take longer. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.